Welcome, everyone, to the Knicks postgame show. The Knicks tonight at the Pacers, the third of 4 preseason games. Obi Toppin. Here we go. One of the highlights for the Knicks. He had 8 points, getting it done in transition. R.J. Barrett, excellent game. 7 of 14, finished with 21. But the Knicks outscored 25-6 in the final 6:22 of the game, and they lose at the Pacers 109-100. Hi, everybody. It's great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, Wally Zerbiak. So we're watching in the green room. Alan brings up the fact that the Knicks under Tom Thibodeau are 9-1 in the preseason.
When the Knicks had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, by the way.
Right. That the Knicks are 9-1 in the preseason under Tom Thibodeau. They've won 8 in a row in the preseason under Tom Thibodeau. Up by 10 at the point. And the Han Hex is in midseason
It's called
form.
research, Bill. I mean, this is the job. When you're watching the game, you got to find things that are interesting tidbits to talk about. It's a preseason. I thought this would be interesting. If they won this game, it would have been 9 straight wins.
10-1.
Interesting, right? 10-1, which is preseason. It doesn't matter, but it matters. You see how much Tibbs puts into it. And the bench came in, and we thought the bench was going to be a strength of this team this season. Depth is a strength of this team. This game does make you a little concerned about that when
now,
no Derrick Rose.
No Rose and no Grimes, though. That's important to point out.
That's right.
Okay.
That part's true, but guys like Emmanuel Quickly, who you want to see if them take a step, this was a rough game for him, Walt.
He just got hexed. You just hexed him. That's all that happened quickly.
You
hexed him, you hexed Reddish, you hexed Toppin.
4 for 18.
Nope, he was on the floor. You put in the Han hex stat,
Okay.
and bam, there you go.
What.
Just don't do it in the regular season.
I get a ring, right? Do I get a ring?
Don't do it in the regular season, because in the preseason, it's fine. When you're up 10, you touch the money, and you put the Han hex on, and you think you got this stat for the post-game show, and all of a sudden it goes,
But I mean,
are you playing golf tomorrow? Because I'm going to come and I'm going to predict good things to happen for you, and just watch your game.
That would happen. Stay away. Keep the Han hex away from me.
Playing golf every day. You have to ask.
Why would I even ask that, right?
Are you concerned, though? I mean, look, Quickly goes 4 out of 18. Yes, it's a preseason. If you're on that team, if you're part of the group, are you looking at any of this and saying, hey, maybe this is a little bit of a flag or not?
Yes, I'm a little concerned. Cam Reddish has struggled in the preseason, and he's a guy who had an opportunity to show what he could do. He's a new face that you traded for last season. You have, some guys that are waiting to get some minutes. And that second unit, struggled tonight. It's on the road. They've looked good in the first couple games, so you don't panic. You see what you get in the next preseason game on Friday. But Quickly tried to continue to shoot, and I like that about Quickly. He looked to continue to be aggressive. He struggled, missed a lot of makeable shots, and we know that Tom Thibodeau has Quickly's back. He's going to stick with him, and I think he's going to really find minutes for him in the rotation.
Yeah, he came into this game. He talked about, Quickly did, about how, for a guy who's a shooter, I want to be up over 40%. That'd be nice, and he hasn't done that in his first couple of seasons. So that was key for him, and he was in the preseason until this game, of course. This is not going to help in the shooting percentage for him, but the whole team struggled from shooting. They had 33 points in the first quarter. The starters really, everybody, R.J. Barrett getting to it. Yeah, everybody was.
If the starters came back in the game in the fourth quarter, this game would have been sealed away by the starters. No problem. It's not about that.
You guys are making a big deal about the loss thing here. I'm more just looking at how they got to where they got. Starters were fine. They got 33 points.
I'm making a big deal about the hex, not the loss.
They only got to 100 points, though, in this game. So, again, offense is going to come and go. You want your defense to be there. And that's also another place that I think Tom Thibodeau is going to talk about in that second half.
All right, but again, the starters were not out there. When the starters played, they were very effective.
Yes, very good.
And R.J. Barrett, especially effective.
Yeah.
I mentioned off the top there, Wally, 7 out of 14, efficient with 21 points.
I know. He's been great the whole preseason, and you look at this starting unit really coming together and gelling. With Jalen Brunson running the show, he's getting the guys the ball on spots on the floor where they can do something with it and make effective plays. I think the guys are really playing unselfishly, and they're all making each other better. They're making the game easier for each other, and that's what you do when you become a cohesive unit that's getting comfortable, playing with each other. There are a lot of guys that are back in the lineup from last year in that starting unit, and then you add a pure point guard in Jalen Brunson, which you didn't have on the roster really all season when Derrick Rose went down last year. That's made a huge difference. So it's great to see the way this starting unit's playing. The bench has been very good up until tonight. They kind of blew the game in the fourth quarter, but I think the bench will bounce back in games to come.
Barrett, the shooting percentage is everything, right? 7 of 14. Yeah. He didn't shoot the 3 ball well either, but it doesn't matter. He's getting to that left hand. He's finishing. And we might see, will you see it on the Wally wall? A little right-hand action, too, for him?
Right, left, he's ambidextrous,
Yeah,
so he can do it both.
The game is definitely evolving for R.J. Barrett.
Yes.
And things have been easier so far through 3 preseason games, guys, for Julius Randle. 13 points. His first 2 turnovers of the entire preseason. So he's only got 2 turnovers through 3 games, 5 assists, 8 rebounds. Things are coming easier for him, it seems.
Easy is the right word. It's coming easy. I think he's keeping it easy. I think he's keeping it simple, not forcing too much. And he's always been a playmaker, but the willing playmaker and making shots. These are good shots, not under duress, not under stress, not double teams. Look at that. Love that little DHO action there and the finish. I mean, that's the stuff you like to see from one of your most talented players, the willing passer and just keeping it simple. What does Tom Thibodeau always say, Wally, right? The game will dictate what to do. And that's what I think he's figuring out here. And when you have guys who can finish around him, like you're starting to see as RJ develops, we know Fournier can make shots, the game should be easy for Julius Randle.
Yeah, and there's not as much pressure on him with Brunson out there to every single time down the floor make a play for his teammate, make a play for himself, go one-on-one, make something happen, get to the free throw line. I just think he's a lot more calm and confident, and he's not going to have as much stress on his game like he did last year. Now, he is going to have stress and pressure come the end of the game. At the end of the game, he's going to be looked at in a close game in crunch time to be that guy to make big shots like he did 2 years ago, the COVID year. I mean, he made every big shot. He willed this team to every big victory. He's going to be looked at in crunch time to do a lot of that, although he has help where other guys can also chip in here and there.
See, I'll push back and say he doesn't even need to do that because it all depends on the matchup. There'll be a game of
He's not going to be okay if he's not taking the final shots.
Jalen Brunson can do it. I've seen him do it.
Jalen Brunson can initiate the pick and roll, but Julius Randle is going to want to be that guy at the end of games that you put the ball in his hand and he goes to win you the game.
We'll see.
All right.